Well, hello my beautiful Sagittarians, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2026. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. Now, I will be using guide chimes, so please be mindful to turn down your volume if you are someone who is sensitive to sound. So let us start your reading and let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Sagittarians, this is your yearly reading for 2026. I really can't believe I'm saying that, but here we are. We made it to 2026. Happy New Year, of course, and what a ride it has been so far. Now, I will take it month by month in this reading, and these readings tend to be quite long, so, I really dissect the overall energy of what's going on there, and I will clarify with this deck over here, but let's tap into the energy as I shuffle, because at the very core of you, there's a gut level knowingness. You may have been feeling like the world is a very different place somehow. People are different, you are certainly different, and on the precipice of something monumental. I actually felt like living life in the fast lane this year for you is stars, and that's a really good thing because I feel it's manageable for you this year. But also I feel there is an energy, of course, that all has not been as it seems. You're trying to make sense of it all. And the bubble of illusion, it finally bursts this year for the collective to really reveal the truth of what you will no longer tolerate. A mass awakening is upon us, and 2025, it revealed to you who and what was not resonating with the very core authenticity of your soul vibration. So consider 2026 a renaissance of sorts, signaling the transformation and transition between two very distinct eras, both personally and globally. Now, astrologically, this year is significantly transformative. 2026 will be one of the most notable years of our lives, with a revolutionary flavor. The reset button. We have officially entered a #1 year vibration, a desire for personal happiness, independence, prosperity, of course, adventure, and spontaneity will echo through the very core of your soul this year, with a notable intention to strike out differently this time round. So many incredible opportunities will be made available to you this year as well, and you'll experience so many firsts. I mean, look at your first card there. We have Bravery Oceans. You are definitely doing things differently this year, and I feel there is balance in that as well. Now, of course, Venus and Mars in the sign of Capricorn sets the year off to a fantastic start, an invitation to take deliberate action, reignite that spark, set your soul ablaze with passion, and by taking a first step, which you really are there, this is a period of cultivating perseverance. You follow your heart, hit your personal targets, and aspire to the finer things in life, as well as stability and security. Now, this new chapter actually embraces the new version of you, but this year it hits different. This is your comeback era, taking back your life and reclaiming your power, your sovereignty, and grounded in the #1 vibration. You do not seek, you attract, okay? Now, you're a magnetic force to be reckoned with, and you can feel it in your soul that something big is happening for you this year. This is where you rise up and dial up the success levels on all that you are dedicated to and focused on. And Jupiter's retrograde plays a significant role at the beginning of 2026, encouraging you to revisit anything. How would you like to receive? My guides said this one here, okay? I'm just asking my guides which card comes for the month of April there for you. But as I was saying about Venus, of course, it asks you to revisit anything that's incomplete so you can finish what you start, double down on anything in motion already, and of course, even contemplate something bold, daring, and new. Now, Jupiter wants you to benefit from all of your hard work, and it is keeping score. But major rewards cannot be fully realized until it moves direct in March. And that's when Jupiter increases the auspicious outcomes for the rest of the year ahead. It's also a perfect year to meet your soulmate if you are hoping to find your person or even rekindle the spark in your current relationship. Now, astrologically, we've been teetering on the precipice of change for some time. You can feel it, of course, especially on global scale. And I almost don't want to delve into the 2026 energy globally, as it will be a chaotic road ahead. I mean, you don't need me to tell you that, but, you know, I can see some things ahead there as well, especially during February to April. And of course, during eclipse seasons, heavyweight planets like Pluto lock fully into Aquarius until 2043. Neptune locks into Aries until 2039. And Uranus returns to Gemini to lock in until 2033. So this year's lineup, it should really be taken seriously, as these planets, they tend to align during historical revolutions, tech innovations, and of course, conflict. Now, Saturn and Neptune have been conjunct before, of course, but never at 0 degrees Aries. That's never been recorded. So this is monumental. And this conjunction has actually collapsed empires in the past, triggered civil wars. In fact, when we look back historically, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus tend to trigger uprisings like the Civil Rights Movement and the American Revolution. Now, I'm not saying that we will experience similar events, but it's always interesting to research what revolutions took place during these types of alignments to indicate what we might have in store, okay? Now, 0 degrees Aries, an emergence of something new is brewing. A new era birthing something radically different from what we are used to, and new leaderships, power shifts, new currencies, new communication systems, and tech innovations, of course, that will advance humanity are going to come in there. And, you know, in order to build anew, one must abandon the old. So we're going to see a lot of that going on this year. But 0 degrees Aries, it will keep us guessing which way humanity pivots. But Pluto in Aquarius will endeavor to give power back to the people. How we move forward with that collectively, it's up to us. And as with anything new, there might be some glitches this year as we switch over to new systems. Power grids overloaded with upgrades may trigger more power outages, communication system errors, and internet disruptions than usual as systems try to adjust. And also, I see new regulations in the travel industry that will be implemented in certain countries in the name of sustainability. Now, of course, you're going to be impacted heavily by this. The fire horse comes out to play from February, my beautiful Sagittarians, reinforcing that rebellious flavor. A wild horse, of course, cannot be cajoled into something it does not favor. It bucks trends and retains independence. So on a personal level, these cosmic ingredients help you to remain curious, adventurous, to challenge yourself, try radically new approaches, and a chance to stand firm in your beliefs, of course, as well as offering you an opportunity to reinvent or revamp your life in some way, to lean into your inner rebel and rewild. A very auspicious year personally, offering good luck, a chance to change your fortune in some way, and things are shifting, especially in terms of physical landscapes, but also the Earth itself is transforming. We'll see more heightened seismic activity, unfortunately, even in areas not prone to it, but the Ring of Fire will, as usual, elevate in seismic activity, especially from the Bay of Bengal, right around the South Pacific Ocean, kind of triggering water activity after large Earth events. Notable hotspots continue to be Turkey, Russia, and Japan. I would also add Indonesia, Taiwan, and maybe even Chile, Mexico area as well. That's what I'm seeing too. Large volcanic activity in volcanoes that have lain dormant for decades, even centuries, will become active again, and unfortunately extreme weather events will only increase. Unusually large storms, maybe even 3 that become one. That's what I'm seeing there as well. Flooding, tornadoes, even in unusual places that don't tend to get them, and even fire tornadoes will hit the headlines. Now, I don't want any of these things to happen, of course, but these are things that I see in my visions, so I have to tell you about the energy of what I see for this year. Also, tangible assets like silver will be at the forefront of the news due to industry development. And of course, economically, challenges continue to build. But of course, in order to come out the other side, we must go through. Neptune and Pluto continue as well to gang up on public figures to expose those who are up to no good. Time to, cleanse the system, shall we say. And ultimately this year, it offers you personally a maverick shift to do something radically different. And I can see that you're definitely going to do that. An opportunity to plot twist if old ways are not working for you. And the North Node already forced you to look at what you've been tolerating that has caused you either pain, sadness, or hardship. So with a smile in your heart, this really is the year to leave it in the dust as you gallop off to be free from it, of course, and take a walk on the wild side. Now, 2026 is your year to just go for it. The universe has your back to be successful in all that you dedicate yourself to. And in this very act of doing, you reclaim yourself, your sovereignty, your power. You become more yourself than you've been in a long time. In 2026, it will be the year to remember as you transcend all that tried to limit you. And of course, awaken to live your best life. Okay, so let's see what's going on here for you. Very busy year ahead for you in a really good way. Very positive energy there. Let's start with January. Of course, we have bravery oceans. So you're taking a breath before you just launch yourself into January, of course. Now this card indicates that brand new world. I feel that this is a brand new opportunity to be very explorative this year. A lot of firsts in January, or that's what perhaps you're plotting in your diary. New events, new experiences. You just want to go further afield. You've been there, done that. Last year exhausted you, and I feel like you're taking charge of your world with leadership, but also I feel like you want to have fun with it. This card indicates that you're feeling the fear and doing it anyway, whatever it is that you're doing. And of course, you're aware that, if you always keep the shore in sight as a safety net, it indicates that, perhaps you won't reach where you really want to go. So it's about coming out of your comfort zone and being brave in your choices this year. This is not a time to be fearful. This is about you rising up and doing something bold, daring, and different. And also I feel hidden side of you comes out to light there. I feel also you're making a big decision in January, and I feel like you're just going for it. This is the year to really just go for it there. Now, of course, this indicates that there is a very exciting side of you coming out where you want to seek more adventure. I feel, because this is January, it just means like you're embracing the whole of your goals. You're launching yourself fully in there. And I feel there is this energy as well coming through that, especially if you work in career or if you have your own business, for example, I feel a lot of you could be promoting yourself or I don't want to say showing off, but that's what I get, this energy of you showing off your skill set, not in an egotistical way. It just feels like whatever it is that you're doing, you are doing it to such a high degree, people are going to sit up and take notice, okay? Some of you could launch something that is new during this month, especially if you work for yourself. This could be that you are, rebranding. If you work for yourself there, it could be new kind of website, for example, or business cards, or perhaps you're launching some new aspect of your business. If you are returning to work in a career where you work for others, this could also be like new systems. Maybe you have new kind of links to overseas in some way. A lot of you are also thinking about overseas development or, expanding your reach in whatever it is that you do career-wise. And I feel like this is you on top of your goals and dreams and just trying to remain balanced. Now, of course, when you have the world energy, a lot of you could be traveling during this month. It could be quick travel for some of you, overseas travel. I feel a lot of you returning to work in some way and getting back into some sort of rhythm. I would say maybe a little bit of a bumpy ride to get back into a rhythm, okay, a system, some sort of repetitive cycle there. But I feel like you're on top of your goals and you are focused, but you're reimagining some things in order to make sure that you have fun with it this year rather than allow it to stress you out or pressurize you there as well. And of course, this figure is retaining balance. I feel this is an energy of you kind of like focused on the big dreams that you have. And yes, you're going to be very productive in this month. I feel also you may be looking out to the rest of the year to plot point different and very interesting and also important dates in the diary, events that you want to attend, maybe even new hobbies, or, doing something that perhaps you've never done before during this month. You may plot point it in your diary for some point throughout the year. I would say whatever it is you book really kicks off in March there for a lot of you, but it doesn't have to be. It can be further afield. I feel like you're just looking at the whole year ahead, because the world, whenever we have a world in a card, it can indicate that you're looking ahead for literally the whole 12 months there, and you're looking at the things that you want to do to fulfill the cycles and breaking it down into bite-sized kind of compartmentalized steps when it comes to the milestones that you want to hit there. But I feel a lot of you, this is you hitting the ground running and being very focused on your goals and strategizing. And also, I feel calculating. Now, when it comes to calculating, I just feel like you're giving yourself things to reach for in the year ahead, and you're just doing. I feel there's a lot of doing going on here. Now, in terms of money, I would say that you're keeping afloat in the month of January. I feel some of you, you may feel financially a little bit of a pinch there, and it could be because, there was a bit of excess spending in December for some of you, and you're just using January almost like a bridging month there to, wait for some new money to come on in there. We have the World again in the next card. So a lot of you, of course, financially, it can be that you're staying on top of a financial strategy in order to kind of, because I'm getting a lot of energy of completing, maybe paying for things. So it could be that the bills that you are required to pay for the year come about this time. Okay, so it could be like a service charge, or it could be that you're doing tax time, your receipts, or it could be that you're paying something that you have to pay yearly, for example, that is completed during this time, and you're just trying to stay on top of that, documents, important paperwork. And for some of you, it can be things to do with like your mortgage, or it can be to do with if you're leasing, for example, it could be like some sort of lease charge, or, I just feel like there could be you just keeping a tighter rein on your finances in the month of January there. But you're staying afloat, you're keeping on top of things. Now, if you are someone who is searching for a job during this time, because I feel this is a lot of you looking further afield, looking to expand your reach in your career. So if you're currently looking for a job, I actually see a lot of you getting an opportunity that has strong links abroad. Doesn't mean that you're actually moving abroad with it. It can be they have different departments or have some sort of international influence there. But some of you may also be thinking about being seconded to a different branch abroad, or you may travel for work during this time. A lot of you, it can be something that's unexpected and you have to balance out different things that you've got scheduled in your diary there. But also, if you are someone who is in social media, or you are an influencer, for example, I see you going global or expanding your reach. This would be a big month to go viral, and it could be that there's something fresh and new about your podcast or your brand or whatever it is. Some of you may even do a partnership deal with a social media platform, or even have some sort of connection to overseas. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. But also, I cannot ignore that a lot of you may be thinking about moving abroad, or migrating your business, or migrating your life overseas. And this could be because of world events. There's a lot of kind of movement this year collectively, a lot of people leaving where they actually live or where they're from in order to go to other places. Now, this could be because world events will influence that, but also it can be that there is this desire to find home and comfort. If you're searching for home, because, this person is on top of the world, so I feel like you're on top of everything you need to do, the sum of all parts of your goals, your dreams, and, the responsibilities that you have. But I feel like you're trying to approach it in a fresh new way. There's a lot of potential. This is a very young, sprightly figure there. So I feel like there's a lot of potential for you this year. And I feel there is this energy of hope, excitement, and sparkle about you because you've renewed your energy. You may be wondering, is this year going to be any different? Well, yes, it is, but it's still going to be very busy. I want you to be aware of that. But if you're searching for home, or you're thinking about relocating this year and looking for a new place to live, I feel the month of May is very important there for you. I feel this could be when you close a deal or when you actually move into a new apartment or a new place. It could be a lease, it can be a mortgage, for some of you it could be a property abroad. If you're retired, for example, because a lot of you are starting the year retired and this is your time to give back to yourself, and this is about you like tapping into your childlike energy there, being very playful. This is about you being curious, about being open to new avenues, learning more about the world. You'll do a lot of travel this year. A lot of you may even decide to have like some sort of retirement home abroad, or you're spending time between two places this year is what I'm seeing there. But you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Also, I feel a lot of curiosity with this card. So I'm being given this energy of like downloading courses of study during this period or learning about something. And for some of you, this could give you a different view of the world in some way. And that could be through like language learning for some of you. So you could be dedicating yourself to learning language skills or opening yourself up to new dialogue there. Or even, you may decide to learn a little bit of a language of a country that you intend to go to, but also you could learn some sort of like, I'm being given the words socioeconomic. So you could be looking at different countries and their economic system to think about where financially is best for you to either house your finances or where you feel you get a better deal with taxes. So I just got to be honest with what I get there. But also I feel that there's this energy of you actually having more vitality. Before I even clarify this card, I feel a lot of you are going to get on top of something that perhaps you've been meaning to give up. So this could be a declaration to self to kind of like not imbibe something, or you're cutting something out of your diet there in some way. And I would say hydration is really important, staying on top of your hydration levels, especially in January. I feel there's an energy of purifying your world in some way, because this world, this is your world in this card, and it is being submerged in the ocean. So a lot of detoxifying, cleansing, maybe even decluttering your home space or getting your house in order in some way, and trying to balance all those aspects with also paying attention to your goals, dreams, and things that you aspire to achieve for the rest of the year. It's a lot, I feel, in the month of January there. Yeah, you're thinking about progress. This is the Chariot card. This is a card of empowerment. So I feel like you're raring to go to get, moving ahead on your plans. It's a mapping energy. This figure is on top of a map there. The inner compass is there as well. You're setting to transform your life and you're getting busy doing. So busy month there where you are strategizing, you're making progress. You may be even booking like new hobbies or new events that you are excited about, but ultimately you're dedicated and committed to something where you will see a lot of success and victory, and you're going to have the energy and the willpower to move forward. The Chariot card is all about bravery as well. It means that you trust that the universe has got your back and you're heading in the right direction, which you are. And I feel there could be some really great news that helps you move ahead on something in the month of January. Now, the success point comes a little bit later. It's almost like you can relax a little bit more in May there, because I just feel like you're very busy up until May, okay? Just busy doing. Of course, the Chariot card also indicates some sort of travel. For some of you, it's a long distance travel. Doesn't have to be though, it can be something quick there. But I feel this is about you, where you belong. And this doesn't have to be like a place. It can be that you're reaching for more in your life and you're getting busy doing. Now, I'm not saying that love is not a factor or priority for you in the month of January, but I feel a lot of you, this is about keeping a tight rein on your finances. It's about making progress. It's about sticking true to your intentions there, being committed to something, being disciplined, owning your time, and focus on success in all areas of your life. So I feel like you're starting the year strong there. Now, as you move into February, again, we have the World. So, of course, I have to acknowledge that you have two cards with the globe there. So there could be, and we're already in January, and we've already seen some monumental movements going on around the world. So we could witness something that really impacts the whole world in the month of February, okay? I've mentioned it because of the alignments, so it's there, okay? And we've already seen some movements regarding the kind of transformative, revolutionary flavor to the year because, again, of the alignments and what we are experiencing. But a lot of you could be submerged in like world events, what's going on there with news. But I feel also there is this desire to kind of like like, I'm going to put it this way. If there's something you can do about it, you're going to do it. You know, this is your world, and I feel it impacts you in a certain way, but I also feel like you're elevating above it so that you don't be overwhelmed by it emotionally. I feel that this is a time of being clear what's going on in the world, trying to raise your vibration, and I feel this is about you kind of like not allowing it to worry you or give you anxiety, because vibrations impact the world. If you think about that very important scientific experiment between plants, so they did an experiment in a gallery or a museum regarding plants, where two plants exactly the same, I mean everything is individual and different of course, but the same type of plant was put in the same conditions, same light, same water, same food. And of course, the only difference was that everybody who came to visit the exhibition, they had to say really nice things to one plant and shout obscenities and horrific things to the other plant. And of course, the plant that got all the negativity, it died. And the other one thrived and grew really quickly. So that is evidence, as it were, that what we say has an impact, and the vibration that goes with it, the tone, everything, the feeling, it impacts our world. And we have existed in a world that wants to breed a lot of fear right now, and I feel like you're rising above it. Okay, in order to do your bit, to be a light worker. So a lot of you are making a declaration to self this year to be more positive or to spread light in the world. And I really feel that coming out in your reading right from the get-go, okay? But also, connection, the biome is your February energy. So this means you're fully locked in, very productive. You're focused on all of your dreams, all of your goals there. And of course, this means that everything is coming together. You know, this is the sum of all the parts of everything that you dissected in the month of January. Things are locking in and you're fully in the flow in this month. And I feel like there is an energy here of completion. So I feel whatever you kind of start in January, there's a lot of completion going on here. So even if you're returning to projects, I feel like you get them complete to a very high standards. You're very proud of yourself in this month. But also I feel a lot of you, well, this is coming in suddenly. A lot of you may have some sort of correspondence from overseas, whether it's from a family member or a friend. I mean, it could even be down to a postcard from somebody. If people do postcards anymore, I think they should. I really am a fan of handwritten letters and things like that. I'm old school. I mean, it's nice to get a text and a call sometimes, but nothing beats holding a letter or a postcard in your hand. But anyway, that's just me. But I'm just getting some sort of overseas correspondence. So there could be some communication from someone close to you or someone that you're related to during this period. I don't see anything negative, okay? I just feel this is a very positive energy coming out there. But I see a lot of you, there is this decision to do something new, but it kind of starts in March. But a lot of you, there could be some extra kind of studying going on in the month of February. So whether it's a day course, or some of you may even decide to save for some sort of spiritual retreat, and it may require you going abroad, you know, at some point. I feel like you may lock into it or get a good deal in February regarding this, if this is something that you're interested in. Now, of course, this card indicates that you are kind of balanced, but also getting more involved in your community during this month. A little bit more sociable energy coming out in February there. Getting out and about, maybe even hosting events at your own home as well, because I feel like there's a gathering, people coming together in the month of February. I would say that this is a great time for you to kind of meet new people, make new friends as well. And it is February, so if you are hoping to find the love of your life, I would say that this is a great month for people to come together and you to meet a new person. Okay, so I would say you may be kind of like walking on cloud 9 by March, because there's something new, explorative, and exciting going on in March there for you. But it can be that you actually meet the person of your dreams, and they may come from a different part of the world from you or have a very different lifestyle than you there. But it's number 44. When you reduce it, 4 plus 4, of course, is 8, the number of the self. I feel a lot of you from January into February, you are, you know, approaching your beauty routines in a different way. New products, new declarations to self, whatever it is that you're cutting out, if you're cutting something out, because I feel like you're getting on top of a cycle. You're breaking a pattern in January there, and I feel like you see some of the results in February there. A lot of you in January, I mean, this is about getting back on top of your goals. It's about health goals. It's about exercise routines or getting more active. So a lot of you may join activities in the community where people come together, like dancing classes, Zumba, you know, things like that where you're active, because I feel like you're very active there, and it's where people come together there. The biome is like your little bubble of connection as well. So I feel that if you are in a career, there is an energy here of either you being headhunted. I mean, if you're searching for a new job, definitely I see you being hired, and you really kind of like lock it in March, but you kind of start January into February period there, and I feel you become almost like part of the furniture in the month of February, where, you know, you're getting more affair with systems and things like that. So congratulations if that's you. A lot of you, there's this independent energy with it as well. And I feel it could be that you're in some sort of high-ranking position where you're in charge of something or have more responsibility. Also, you know, if you work for yourself, I feel like whatever it is that you're going global on, or expanding your reach, or perhaps promoting yourself, getting more attention, you're going to have overseas interest there, or you're going to have customers or clients or even like contracts from overseas. Okay, that's something that's coming through. Even if they are operating in the country that you live in, for example, it could be there's an international flavor there as well. Now, on a personal level, before I clarify, I would say that this is a month where contracts are coming to an end, or things are needing a renewal. So this could be insurance, this could be important documents, this could be visa, passport. If a lot of you are, you know, planning to travel, I would say something comes to an end or needs your attention regarding renewal in the month of February. Okay, even credit cards. So for example, if you're promising yourself to book some sort of retreat or a vacation, a big monumental vacation this year, just check out your important credit cards or things that you need to be going abroad to make sure that you have the relevant dates, or the rest of the dates need to like have, this is what's coming through here. So it's like, even if your visa, well, I think it's more passport energy because I'm seeing passport in the water. Even if your passport is in date, it could be that you need 6 months or 9 months for you to enter a certain country. The rules and regulations may change. So that's just coming through there. I'm just going to give it like that. But also, you know, you don't want to be like going away and thinking you've got all your credit cards and everything just in case. And then you realize actually it's kind of expires whilst you're away, and they send in like a new credit card, but you're away now, so it's like too late. So that's just coming through. So just honor that and recognize. Yeah, so we got the Hangman energy. This is you relaxing into things, you getting into some sort of cycle of repeat there. I mean, financially, I feel like your money is kind of on hold there, as in like you're still abstaining from overspending, or you're like still kind of keeping a tight rein on your finances. Hangman energy is like downloading new knowledge. So that can be that you're skill developing at this time, upskilling, can be that you're learning this language or developing knowledge in some way. A real research and development kind of month there too. Also, it can be that, you know, you're joining some sort of spiritual group, or you're kind of like meditating and just downloading lots of information for yourself. The Hangman puts himself on the tree of life. That is the tree of learning. So I feel a lot of you, even though there's something exciting and new that you want to try, because I see a lot of exploration or trialing things in the month of March for you, February feels like you're learning or absorbing new knowledge. And if you're getting a course of learning there as well, I would say that you'll be surprised how much you already know about this subject. Okay, it's going to really put you ahead on that as well. Now, because we got the Tower that's come through there, I mean, this is showing up as a critical point in the year globally. So I would say maybe something has people watching aghast. I hope not, but there could be something that is critical that kind of shocks the world in some way during February right into April there. It is in the alignment, so you know we've already kicked off the year to a very shocking start, and I would hate to speculate on that, and I won't. I'm setting up a new channel in order to look at world events that is separate from this, because not everybody want to hear about that. So it'll be something that consciously you'll choose to watch separately if you want to, of course. When I've got some time, I'll do that. But coming back to your energy, I feel, the Tower is a big reconstruction energy. It's not a negative card. It indicates that things are happening fast in this month. You're settling into it though. Relax, you've got this. But it feels like things are coming thick and fast. A lot of you, this can be that you are restructuring your home, doing some DIY during this period, or it can be that the company that you work with is doing some sort of refurbishment and there's a little bit of distraction or some sort of interference there. If you're trying to get a little bit of quiet time and work on something, it could be that there is some noise pollution or something that bothers you, and it can be that it's frustrating. I would also say that there could be some conflict or tempers rising in this month as well. I mean, again, I feel this is you kind of like not fighting this energy. It's kind of like you going, oh, you know what, I'm so over this. It feels like you're removing yourself from any drama, anyone else's drama, that's for sure, and trying to protect your inner peace. I mean, the Tower is also an energy of revelation. You could suddenly like be surprising yourself with something, plot twisting, a lot of spontaneity in this month. Even though you're settling into this, I feel there's some maverick kind of change going on. And there could be something that actually shocks you as well. May not be about the world, but it could be that you do something and it is really kind of seen, or you learn something from it. I mean, because we have the Hangman, there could also be something that turns your schedule upside down during this period. So it could be that you have to reschedule something or cancel plans in order to do something that is a priority during this month. And also, I feel for some of you, if you've been waiting for something for such a long time, like, some sort of news or some sort of appointment, for example, you could be shocked that you're put on a waiting list. And suddenly you come up. It's like it's your turn. You're being offered something. Someone may cancel something and you get the next appointment, or you get the next, thing that's available. And you're like, I've been waiting for such a long time and now it's all happening. I mean, this card literally says revelation there. So new knowledge may shock you, or something comes in. Maybe someone displays their true colors and it surprises you. You're very intuitive, so I feel like you would normally kind of pick up on this, but because the Hangman is there, I feel that there's an energy here of not rushing into something. The Hangman is all that wisdom. Also, I want to say here that it's a big problem-solving month, because my guides are pointing right now at the maze. So it could be you're trying to work something out and then suddenly you have an epiphany, which literally is a paradigm shift and completely kind of recalibrates your world in some way. And I hate to mention this, I really do hate to mention this, but there could be something around like a surprise bill, or perhaps there is some sort of financial payment that either gets taken too early and you don't have the funds in there and it shocks you and you're like, what? That wasn't the plan. That's not the direct debit date. Or it could be that you thought something was paid and there was a glitch and it's been left unpaid and it shocks you, and you may get like a red letter or something like that, okay? Let me see what this card is. Queen of Pentacles. You're stable in whatever this is, okay? For some of you, this could also be, and again, I hate saying this, but you may need to repair something in the home space in the month of February there as well, okay? For some of you, if you've been waiting to repair this for a while, if it's something that you know is kind of on the out, this could get to a critical stage in the month of February, okay? Where you have to repair it or you have to do something about it. Also, I would say, the Tower and the Hangman, it can be that this is going to be a very busy month because you're doing it all. This means you're holding it all together, of course. And I would say just watch stress levels, because the Tower can represent high cortisol levels, and the Hangman is like relax, okay? If something is, not going the way that you hope for, because life is life. Let's call it as it is. Sometimes life happens, right? And we cannot plan always for these things. I mean, I cannot read for myself, for example. Sometimes I'll get flashes of insight, but not always for me. It'll be for other people or the world, and, readings that I do, for example. So it can be that, suddenly something kind of shocks you, or it doesn't go the way exactly that you hope for, and there could be a little bit of pressure there, something that's been building up. But the Hangman's like, relax, you're learning something from this. What is meant for you will never pass you by, and everything kind of happens as it should. So, if you're given a pause or a delay, during this month. Take it as a sign from the universe to slow down a little bit, because you don't want things to get critical there. Don't rush around. I would say this is not a month to really rush around, because potential to be a little bit clumsy there as well. Okay, so I always say that when I'm super busy, I just get extra clumsy. I'm just not paying attention. I've got so much on my mind. So I feel, because you've got the world there, which means you're thinking about everything or doing everything, having extra responsibility there, just watch out for rushing around, okay? I don't see anything, again, negative, especially since I'm clarifying what this could be. We've got the Queen of Pentacles there. Queen of Pentacles is an energy of conserving your finances, okay? Especially when it comes to the Tower and Hangman. I would just say, just be a little bit mindful. There could be like a surprise bill there. But also I'm getting like a very kind of shocking reaction from someone. So this could be a friend or something coming through regarding a friend, where they tell you something, or you may be shocked by something. A surprise reaction regarding a friend. As I said, maybe you see a person in a new light. Maybe in a good way. It doesn't always have to be a bad way, but I just feel like you see a person in a new light. When you have the Queen of Pentacles, this means a lot of you protecting your finances. So it can be structure. The Tower, as I said, it is not an evil card. The Tower is literally a structure. So it can be that, you are trying to protect your finances against any financial wobbles. Could be that you're thinking about retirement, your 401ks during this period. And, the Hangman is like you're being vigilant. You're keeping an eye on the system, the financial system there. There could also be like something that people are really curious about during this period regarding money, okay? That's just something that's coming through there. Queen of Pentacles, home space, I'm getting major reconstruction as well. And if you're searching for a home, I feel a lot of you could find something in February, but it doesn't really get complete until later on in the year. This is a home maker. So I would say something big in and around your home space during this time as well, okay? But Queen of Pentacles always means you're protected. So I just want you to be aware of that. There's a lot of abundant energy around you. A lot of you new money making ideas during this period, especially if you work for yourself. This could be you expanding your reach financially or setting up a new business structure in some way. Don't rush into it, okay? You don't want to miss a step. A lot of you could be creating some sort of legal venture there. You want to structure it in a way where, you're protected. And if you're thinking about generational wealth, you may be getting advice or support or looking into generational wealth structures in order to protect your finances through insurance or trust or, things like that. I feel that make sure you get great advice, because there's a potential to misstep if you don't kind of like slow down the process. Just going to give it to you like that, okay? But overall, I feel money is increasing in February. Just want you to be aware of that. But you may feel a pinch from January to February there. I feel like you're accumulating funds in February. And as we move into March, this is a great period where you get explorative. This is out of this world opportunities coming on in. This is you being bold and daring and doing things that you've never done before. I would say a lot of firsts are happening in the month of March there. It says adventure south. Okay, so some of you, this could be a sudden kind of movement. Suddenly you're going to a place to see something, if it is a home that you're hoping to find, or it could be that you're, moving into a different department in your working environment, or something new comes on in, new projects, new computer systems, new tools to help you with your career in some way. But I feel there's a lot of activity here. So this could be a month where you are going to gigs or going to galleries or, exploring your neighborhood in a different way, because this is a time where you're very explorative. Also, you may trial things, maybe online subscriptions and things like that. In February, this is about closing down subscriptions or cutting out things that you potentially don't use anymore, don't utilize. A lot of you may even look at contracts that are coming to an end in order to renew during this period. These could be things within your home space like insurance or policies or, things that require your attention. If you have money in a certain account, for example, it can be that the yield is coming to its end, expiry date, and now you need to move money around in the month of February there. And as we move into March, you may find new exciting opportunities for your finances. Always get great advice there. But this card, of course, is about taking a risk. An educated risk, this is about you stepping out of a comfort zone, you know, taking a leap of faith, as it were. This is also about having a desire to do something that you have never done before. So you could be, for some of you, if you don't run your own business, you could be launching your own business during this period, and you could feel a little bit out of balance during this period because you're doing something that you've never done before. You're moving into uncharted territory, but remember, you've got this. This is about allowing yourself to have fun with it and giving wonder to your heart. Also, I feel it's important to recognize that you are protected. The umbrella is there, which means that you're protected and directed accordingly. So anything that you feel has been a bit of a blip or anything that's been challenging in February, because the tower did show up. So this could indicate some sort of radical change or restructure or revamp. I feel a lot of you are just revamping. And this could also be something that's personal, like a new look, being more flamboyant in your wardrobe, adding new kind of like colors to your wardrobe, or like coloring your hair in a different way, or just being radically different in some way. But I feel this card, it indicates that, you know, you're getting a bird's eye view of your life. So I feel a lot of you are kind of like zooming out a little bit in the month of March to really look at your plans, almost like you're checking in some way. But I definitely see here that you're looking carefully at your plan. And as I said, in the months of February to March, there may be something amiss, because there's some sort of new information that comes in, and the universe is asking you to slow down so that it gives an opportunity for the information to arrive before you move ahead with it. Okay, important documentation. I would say keep an eye on hard copy mail and spam folders during this period, because I feel there may be something that could be critical that has the potential to be missed. So just watch out during that time. Now, of course, this is a very exciting period, okay? Anything that is trialed, whether it is like a new subscription to a TV station or a subscription, make sure that if you are wanting to keep it, you'll keep it, of course. But if you don't and you want to cancel, this is a month to make sure that you cancel it. Otherwise, you will be charged. Okay, trial periods, they tend to go on for 14 days, maybe 7 days, whatever it is. I feel there's something here about a trial. And make sure that you protect yourself and cancel it in the due process, because if you do not, if it ticks over even 1 day, then you will be charged the cancellation fee and a month of the fee before it is fully canceled. There may even be a stipulation for some of you that it cannot be canceled for 3 months, and just be a little bit mindful of that. Also, this is a big upgrade month, so this will be upgrading your car, cell phone, or technology during this time as well, is what I'm seeing. There may be something innovative that you're really interested in and excited about. Let me just see a little bit more about this energy. Because adventure south, some of you may literally be going on an adventure or going south there. We've got the maturity card, the strength card. So basically, this is about you being bold and daring. This is about you, you know, leaving the old behind, releasing the beast within, as it were, and having the courage of heart to do something wild. So exploring your neighborhood in a different way. Exploring community in a different way. This is also about you kind of approaching something that perhaps was a fear. So I see you all kind of like embracing something that perhaps was a phobia or a fear. You're facing it head on, and you know, you're not resisting it. It just feels like you're looking at it in a different way and overcoming it to know that you are protected. We've got creativity, we've got the High Priestess. Now, because we've got the space person there, and the astronaut, rather, my guys just said the astronaut. We've got the High Priestess, a lot of you meditating, okay, to ground yourself, because this could be a month where some things, you need to be a little bit flexible. Things could be up in the air a little bit this month, and I feel this is about you going with the flow, but also meditating so that you reach higher vibrations. A lot of you, this is about your belief in yourself as well, but this can be a review period. Whenever you get the High Priestess, it's about seeing things from a broader perspective. A lot of you may even go off grid during this period in order to be really creative, really productive, and play your cards close to your chest on a project. Some of you are launching something in the following month, so this could be that you're keeping it to yourself, but also, you know, even if it is something personal that you are kind of like, I feel this comeback energy from this month. It's like a revival. So if you're cutting something out, be more active in the previous months, you're going to really have a glow up in the month of March there. Feel really great about your body, your mind, your soul. It feels like, you know, you're reclaiming your power, and you are literally the king or the queen of the jungle there with that card. So I feel like you are standing empowered. You're reclaiming your power in some way. This is actually a great month for promotion as well in a career. This is about elevating your dreams and goals, reaching new levels in this month. So I see a lot of you, you know, getting big promotion vibes or big success in this month as well. But you may keep it all hush hush, or the information may be embargoed until such time as, you know, it can be released or made official in some way. But yeah, highly productive month. Also, I feel like you're honing a talent that you have that perhaps you've not really fully realized or tapped into. I don't want to call it a hidden talent. It's there. You're aware of it. But I feel this is the moment where you really embrace it. And this could be a creative outlet to release pressure as well. It doesn't have to be something that you make a business out of, but I feel like a lot of you may actually make a business out of it. Now, also, if you're retired, a lot of you may talk about your story. You know, a lot of you may actually decide to write it down or do a podcast, or, you know, in some way get creative, and you could actually run a business that could bring in some extra finances there that could help retirement. If you're kind of like worried about retirement, some of you are coming into the year thinking this is the year I'm going to retire, and you may be a little bit worried about it. I feel like by the time you get to March, you're like, yeah, it's happening and I'm excited, and you're kind of getting into a new rhythm, as it were. And I feel like this is your time to develop your spirituality, to really connect into the meaning of life and your purpose there. I feel a lot of you, no matter who you are, whether you're retired or not, I feel like this is your year of purpose. You're getting busy doing, but also you're learning more about yourself, and that belief in self is coming to the fore. A lot of confidence this month as well. So I feel this energy of you kind of realizing that you are you, and that is your superpower. Also, I feel some of you, you know, if you're hoping to get pregnant this year, this is a great month to do that. So it feels like, you know, you're traversing a different era. You know, the Empress is all about pregnancy. And if it's not you, it could be a friend that you're hearing about pregnancy news there. But this can be that now, you know, you're moving into uncharted territory. You may keep this pregnancy secret for a little bit until you feel it's the right moment to reveal it. I feel that everything is changing. A lot of you, your body will be changing quite fast there. I feel like you're going to have, you know, a super intelligent child who will make a monumental impact on the world in some way. Something to do with their voice as well. So either they could be a singer or a performer or, you know, public speaker in some way in the future. That's just something that's coming through. So congratulations if that's you. And for some of you, if you're already pregnant and your due date is in around this period, I feel like, you know, things are going to get super busy for you, and you have like a beautiful bond with your child there. And I feel this could be like monumental change in your home space because of a new rhythm, as it were. You're in uncharted territory there, and you're exploring the unknown, as it were. And I feel like you're a great parent. You know, even if you're a parent already, there could be something new that you have to kind of deal with, or you're moving to the unknown, as it were, in the month of March. But I feel like you elevate in style there with that. Now, also, I feel adventure, of course, is more than just like going on a vacation, but I feel there could be some travel. There's a lot of travel. You're promising yourself to do things differently. Travel can be just outside your comfort zone. It can be just outside the neighborhood. It can be across the world. But I just feel a lot of you, there's a busyness. You're being active and keeping things exciting. Now, April is a super busy month for you. I mean, all of your cards at the beginning of the year, all about the world. You know, it's like your world. You're on top of it there. You're moving into uncharted territory. You're bold and daring and doing something different. You're looking at the whole of your plans from a different viewpoint. Then, of course, you're zooming completely out so that now you're kind of detached. I feel a lot of you in the month of March there, you may limit access to you because you are focusing on something that's important. Okay, so it could be that, you know, you need to kind of like report back to people, or correspondence and things like that needs to be done. I feel a lot of you may sit on it for a while. So if there's an email or a call that you need to make, I feel like you kind of sit on it and not really do it until the next month. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but sometimes prioritizing is important, and sometimes we need to hold off so we can think about things. But this is a big month. April is busy, busy, busy. And as you can see, this figure is like leaping. So a lot of you could be launching something new, or you have new vitality there. This is an energy of remembering to savor the experiences of your life. Be mindful and aware of the speed in which you are running your life and all the activities that you're doing. Give yourself time to pause. Give yourself time to really like digest your food. A lot of you, this could be a period where you're like on the go and grabbing a sandwich, or on the go and just like maybe even kind of like not having time. So I feel this is about having a rhythm or having structure, very important during this period. And take a moment and understand that you are a human being. You know, there has to be the discernment of taking quality time. You don't have to be on this treadmill called life. I mean, we all are, of course, but I feel like you're not wasting time during this period. There's a difference between taking a pause and a moment, and also, you know, having that moment where you pause and thinking, I should be doing something. You know, this could be a fight or flight month kind of energy where you're feeling like you need to be on the go, when actually the opposite perhaps could be true there. Lots of communication, lots of busyness, lots of just being in the fray of your responsibilities, of course, and being more active. I mean, for some of you, not all of you, you may be in training for some sort of marathon or some sort of like sporting event if you're sporty. And I feel this is a month where actually you could finish close to first or close to the time that you want to finish in. You may even, I see a lot of success in this month actually, so you may actually like hit the jackpot on something or have a victory in this month. A lot of good news in this month for you. And that's why I feel like you can relax a little bit more as you move into the month of May. But it says movement speed. I would be a little bit mindful if you drive, because there's a potential here to miss like a speeding sign, like a speed sign. And it could be that, you know, you're not aware of the speed in a certain neighborhood. There is a potential to get a fine in this month. That's the negative side of this. Always good to watch your speed, no matter where you're driving, of course. But I would say if you're going through an unknown neighborhood and, you know, you get some sort of speeding fine, I would go back to that neighborhood just to check out the speed sign, because it could be something that is not readily viewable. And if it's not viewable, that means you're not at fault. So, of course, you know, negligence is negligence. So if you like feel like, okay, I just didn't see it right, you know, you're going to own it because you're a Sagittarian and you're kind of like super honest like a Scorpio. If you do something that you feel, okay, you know, hands up, it was me. But on this occasion, I feel a lot of you is like, no, let me go back and prove it. Take photographs. I feel like you have a case. Okay, so that's just something that's coming through random. But I want you to be aware that that's not going to resonate with all of you, of course. Yeah. Now, the Devil card has shown up and the Intuition card, the High Priestess there. So a lot of you, this is a month where you may go off grid a little bit in order to be almost obsessive about your goals. The Devil card is an obsession card. And because there's a busyness there, I would just say, you know, make sure that you don't burn yourself out this month. Also, I feel this is about you kind of maybe keeping quiet about something that you've cut out that was toxic, or removing yourself, because the High Priestess is to withdraw. So this is about withdrawing from toxic situations or toxic people, and you may be just keeping yourself busy to keep your mind off things. But I feel it's important to face things head on in this month, okay? Because whatever it is that we run from, it always catches up with us. So I feel that's something to be mindful of. But I feel a lot of you, you know, you're keeping something to yourself during this period. But I feel that, you know, the Devil card, it's not an evil card. It actually is all about passion, desire. So I feel this could be that you are like rushing around, focused on your passions. This spark is lit within you and you're super busy and you're keeping quiet about your successes, but also you're having intuitive hits there, new ideas, brainstorming, and slight anxiety, I would say. Especially, it's almost like when you stop and pause, there's a worry there. So I would just be a little bit mindful about like that period. Also, I would say this is the quick fix month. So this would be a month where you're tempted to perhaps fall back on your resolutions. If you cut something out, this could be tempting you to kind of like have it as a quick fix. I feel like you're looking at your triggers this month as well. Very important there. But because the High Priestess is there, it means you withdraw from temptation. It means that you don't engage in it. So also I'm getting am I getting from here? At work, definitely very busy period there. Maybe some impromptu travel or something in your schedule that comes in last minute that you're going to have to factor in, and it sees you rushing around. For some of you, this could be a personal project, or it could be someone close to you who requires you to factor in some help or help them attend like an appointment or something. So it could be a family member who relies on you, or something changes this month where you just have a lot going on there, okay? I do apologize for the noise that's coming out there. That is the neighbor doing a bit of DIY. So they tend to do this one thing pretty much every day at different times. It's the same thing. I've tried to really calculate the time so it doesn't occur when I'm doing a reading, but they surprise me every time. And you're probably going to encounter that in February a lot, you know, lots of surprises from other people. But we have the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel the Seven of Pentacles energy when it comes to money. This can be that, you know, you're building in wealth, but you're still not satisfied. So you're still trying to get on top of some sort of financial structure or get back to best, but there's more money available for you in the month of April there. So a lot of you could be getting a small increase in finances or moving into a role that gives in more money. For some of you, there could be a bit of a bonus or some sort of financial incentive there as well. But I gotta be honest with you, the Seven of Pentacles can indicate that you're not completely happy. You know, there's more to be had, and you will strive to get more there. You will get it because this is a card of success in motion. It means that, you know, that you're checking the exchange, though, that you're doing a lot for what you're getting. If you are launching something in this month, it could be that it slowly starts to increase in finances. And if you run your own business, this could be that you give yourself like a dividend or a larger payment, but it feels like you give yourself a little and then a lot. That's something that's coming through there as well. You know, I feel this is about all your hard work coming together as well. I feel what you're working for now, it feels like the rewards come later, okay? So you're working or building towards something, and a lot of you are looking at the alternative path, or you set up something that is complementary to what you do already. I see second streams of income in this month a lot for you, whether you are selling pre-loved goods, or you're doing some seasonal work, or you're taking up extra responsibilities, or you're launching a side hustle, or even like an extra part of your business. There could even be some extra work that comes in that is alternative or from a different department where you have to lend some sort of support there, but you are given some sort of incentive to do it. That's coming through there as well. And of course, I really get accomplishment. There's reward here, but as I said, it feels like a small reward first and then a larger one to come. And it feels also a planning month. Planning is important for this month, because you need a lot of foresight. You're going to be really busy, okay? And there's going to be some changes to your schedule, and that's why you're going to be rushing around a little bit in this month. Now, coming to the month of May, you're going to relax and have a well-earned break. You deserve it by this point because you have been so busy. It's like this push throughout the beginning of the year, but we have comfort and hearth. So whatever good news is coming here, it makes you feel like everything's settling. You're feeling good about yourself. You may spend a lot more time at home during this period, so it can be that you're getting things organized. For some of you, this can be that you're settling in if you just had a child. Again, congratulations if that's you. For some of you, you may even adopt a pet or consider adopting a pet during this month. Now, also, you know, when you have comfort, the hearth, we got the 11 card. That's justice. So that means that, you know, you're doing the right thing for you and you feel good about yourself there. But it also indicates time out to rest, to regenerate, because this month is going to be like really hectic there, okay? But this is about creating a peaceful, happy home, leaning into your friendships, nurturing your relationships with your family, but most importantly, nourishing your body, mind, and soul. Very important. You're focusing on your inner life here with this. Of course, your home life, it can be symbolic of like your body being your temple, your home there. So it's about giving comfort back to yourself in this month. Also, as I mentioned, a lot of you, if you're searching for a home or, you know, you're thinking about moving, I feel busy month can be that you're getting your life in boxes and everything like that, exploring new neighborhoods the month before you really lock down and close, and suddenly you're moving into a new property by this period. But of course, that's not going to be everyone. All of you are not going to be moving in that way. I just feel like this is about you keeping your passions alive. It's a maintaining and sustaining month. You've got systems in place. Everything's ticking over as it should there. And I just feel that also I'm being drawn back to March for some reason. So some of you, there's this energy because, of course, this astronaut is in the air. It's like space. So I feel some of you could be thinking about money-making ideas on like compounding your wealth or even automating something that makes money whilst you relax. I mean, if you've got the secret to that, let me know it. I mean, we should all share that. But, you know, I just feel that some of you may actually discover something that you do. And then, like, for example, and I'm just giving an example, like it could be that you're writing a book. You know, you spend a lot of time writing that book, investing your knowledge and your wonderful imagination, and then you launch it. And then it's out there. You've done it once. It's out there. People can buy it, download it, you know, whatever it is. So it could be something that like gives back time and time again. Once you've done it, you've released it out into the world. So I'm just highlighting something that perhaps is drawing me back to March that is somehow relevant in May, where there is some financial reward. Okay, so this could also be, as I said, news of a bonus where fully it comes in for you. And I feel like there's more to come. So I'm not sure how that would work, but I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, when you get this card, I feel spending time with family. Okay, or even just, you know, having staycations during this period. A lot of you may host events during this time, but number 11 indicates you're on the right path. You're really connected to your soul path, and you feel like the summary of everything that you've been doing is kind of coming together during this period. Okay, a lot of like intimacy in relationships as well, sharing a part of yourself with others, having important conversations, and leaning into the people that you feel are your support network. Now, if you're someone who's very independent and you've been searching for your soul tribe, I feel a lot of you do new things in the month of March there, and these could be hobbies or something that's out of your comfort zone in some way. And I feel like you really settle into this, and there's a lot of activity going out there, having fun, social activities in the month of April there as well. And I feel like you find a friend for life or someone who really gets you, and you kind of lean into that as well there in the month of May. Hangman, relax, you got this. Surrender to the vibe of relaxation. But also I feel like you're continuing to learn. This is a month where you settle in with a book, or you download a podcast, or like cozy up on a rainy day. And I mean, that's a luxury these days, of course, but it can be that you find special moments for yourself that bring you peace. You know, I just love listening to the rain outside on the window. I mean, I prefer a sunny day, of course, but when it rains, which it does regularly these days, you know, I like hearing the drumming of the rain on the window as I sit there and like submerge myself in my imagination, or, you know, in someone's good book. So it could be, you know, a period like that. Rest and rejuvenate. We've got the Fool card there as well, which means rest gives you more potential for vitality. And it feels like you may be ruminating on new ideas. And some of you are thinking about making money from home. This is a home card. So it can be your next month is all about money. Okay, so I got to be honest with you. You're thriving by this point. This is where your money kind of exceeds your expectations. Things are starting to grow, or you've managed to save a nice amount of money where you're kind of excited about it. Okay, we have that Fool card, which means there's a lot of potential this month to give back to yourself, or to learn things, to study, to open your imagination, but also to look at the sacrifices that you've made that have created new pathways in your life. And I feel like there's a lot of fun in this month as well. I feel there could be some new news in and around your home life during this period. So this could be that you hear that perhaps someone in your family is giving birth, or they're moving, or they've got a qualification, or they're leaving college. If you have children during, the month of 2026 already, if you have like grown-up children, for example, they could be graduating from college and they're out in the world, they're doing something new with the knowledge that they have, and you're really proud of them. But I see a lot of celebration in around this month as well there. But Fool card, new beginnings. Again, taking a leap of faith, making sure that you keep things fresh. But in order to do that and retain your sense of freedom, you got to relax and recharge your batteries there as well. Also, new information, new knowledge, lots of important documentation. Make sure you look at your hard copy mail in this month as well. Okay, there could be something like a check or a rebate, or something that brings in finances that comes on in. Maybe you even have to apply for something during this month and you get the finances in the following month there. So just be aware of that. Now, also, some of you may be moving your money around as well, looking at where you house your finances. There may be a financial incentive for you to move your business banking needs to a different financial institution, and they may be giving you some sort of financial incentive to do that. Always do your due diligence and make sure that they are a reputable financial agency and that they're covered as well insurance wise. But I do see that you could get some free money. You know, that's what I'm seeing, free money in the next month. I feel in the month of June there is some extra money for you. For some of you, you could have a small win on something, and I'm not saying go out there and play the lottery, right? But I just feel like there's some new money. Now, this could be that you find like $20, $50 on the sidewalk, for example. So it can transpire in different ways. Could also be like money down the couch that you didn't know you had, that you lost and you were not aware of where it went. But what I do see here is new money making ideas, but also I see financial growth for you where you feel really stable. So if you're promised a bonus in the month of April in a career, then I feel like it really locks in June there for you. And if you've launched something new in your business, I feel it's thriving during this time as well. And there is new money coming on in here. Now, of course, number 19 is the sun energy. This is all about growth, okay? Growth financially, growth personally, but also your dreams and goals. You know, they are expanding, and I feel there's a lot of positivity around the month of June there. This card, of course, number 19, is a spotlight on your life in some way of getting clarity, you know, making the right decisions. So I feel a lot of you have some big decisions to make this year, and I feel like you're inspired, and I also feel there's a lot of energy after, you know, the previous month of recouping. But it says growth and plants. Okay, now, of course, this could be a period where if you have a garden, then it's in full bloom. Of course, some of you may be thinking about growing your own food, for example, or herbs and things like that. I feel also a lot of exploration with recipes during this month as well. Fresh food substances and things like that. That's just coming through. I had to mention it there. But most importantly, this is an energy of finding magic in everyday things, okay? And you're the sort of person that you can make something from nothing and it will blossom. Whether it's a friendship, whether it is a business, whether it is something creative, whether it's, you know, an idea. Remember, thoughts become things. From small things, big things grow. And I feel whatever it is that you have started, it starts to grow into something exponential by this time. And I feel like you're really proud of yourself. Also, you know, plant medicine, plant pathways during this period. So this could be a healing period for you, or you discover something that keeps your hormones regulated. Always get advice from practitioners. Big health month for you this month. This could be a period where, thanks so much, I'm so grateful. I'm just being given this energy. If you're waiting for a procedure or you're waiting for some sort of hospital-related appointment or something like that, and you've been waiting a long time, I feel like there could be a cancellation, as I said earlier in the year, and then things start moving in April. So this could be that you're booked in for April, and this is a convalescence period in the month of you know, May there, but I feel like you're back to best in June. So I feel that coming through there as well. But for some of you, not all of you, but I just feel like there's some sort of energy of you discovering something new that can help you regarding your health. It could be an elixir, could be like being on top of your vitamins or your minerals there, but I just feel there's a lot of growth there. And I feel like you just have magical moments, magical conversations. You know, I feel that things are positive in that month there, and there's a lot of personal development and growth there as well. It's like you see the wood for the trees in your life, and you just see that things are coming together. I'm just going to pull a quick card. I mean, it's related somehow to something new. You know, I feel this is about you having fun. You know, it changes the vibration when you get out there and do things that you're excited by. This year, you are really in a very maverick mood where you just want experience of things that are new. You want to begin. You want the adventure. You want freedom. You want to be original. It's not that you're being careless. I just feel like you're like, okay, plot twist, let's do something different. Let's explore something new. So, as I said, new foods, new recipes, new neighborhoods, but also launching something. So again, it could be a new project, or it could be you discover something new. We've got the leadership a lot of you, this is to do with business or career. This is you fully in the flow of new money coming on in, because this is a card of money and wealth and magic, right? And you branching out in some way. And the Emperor is all about success, being your own boss, or taking some sort of leadership role, or being in charge or in control of your life in some way. Also, I feel like you are strict with your finances, but in a different way. You're going to have time to go out and enjoy yourself, of course, but you're locking off finances to make sure that you save for your future. And of course, there could be something around new leadership globally during the month of June there that we'll witness. And, you know, I'm not sure where this is, but I feel there's a positive energy to it. So, you know, this could be something that collectively people are kind of happy with in some way. I mean, let's see, because they tend to start really strong with all these intentions, and then somehow it all goes south a little bit, all kind of like falls apart, or there's influences that change policies and things that were promised at the very beginning. So I feel there's a lot of promise there regarding some sort of establishment or leader there, because this can be like government leader. And of course it starts strong, but let's see how it goes. But also I feel like you're just, you know, reminding yourself about balance. There's a lot of responsibility going on in this period of your year, but I feel like you're approaching it in a different way, okay? And yeah, I feel a lot of you could, so if your parent is still on the earthly plane position, this could be a period where your parent requires you to go to an appointment with them. Nothing wrong, nothing negative going on here, but I feel it's a togetherness. They like the support that you offer them, and they feel grounded in that. So that's coming out there as well. Now, the Emperor, of course, is success. So I would say there's some good news coming out in this month. I feel also this is about you kind of being responsible for your growth and your goals and dreams, giving back to yourself and promising yourself to do things that make you happy, to stay on track with that. And as we move into the month of July there, you know, we have outer core fluidity. So I would say this is a very flexible month, but I feel like this is a cleansing month as well. So you're staying on top of like detoxifying. This could be where you embrace like a juice cleanse or something like that, but it could also be that you go to sound baths, or you go to the spiritual retreat that perhaps you've been block booking for the year at some point. But you know, this is an energy of you kind of emerging. And, you know, I feel this is about you kind of leading with true intentions and being your authentic self. I mean, you always are, but I feel this is where you really come to the fore and you feel more yourself, like you've done for a long time there. And, you know, it's number 12, which is Hangman energy. So all this new knowledge really informs you. And, you know, a lot of you, especially if you're going overseas, this is you really like committing yourself to this, or submerging yourself in the culture and in the world around you that is very new there. But I feel more than anything, this is about you being fluid in your thinking. And I would say there's a need, because I feel there's a lot of changeable energy there as well. You may change your mind on something in this month, or someone changes their mind, or you know, I feel confident with this energy. You have the confidence to transform things for you. You're staying on top of your hydration levels for sure in this month. A lot of you, you know, water is important. So this could be your goals, your dreams. You're emerging from your dreams onto dry land, which is like you're making a dream become solid and a reality during this period. But also I feel that there is this sense of like revealing. So whatever it is you've been keeping to yourself, there could be a big reveal in the month of July there. Yeah, whatever you've been keeping to yourself, you know, that's hidden or secret. So secret revealed in this month is what I'm seeing there. I'm also developing intuition. So yeah, if you're, because I feel there's a potential for love going on in February there, or the cusp period where you meet someone new, because we have that astronaut there. And I feel this could be you settling into a relationship, and you could reveal to your friends or your family by this point that you're actually in a relationship. Okay, but also it could be that a person reveals a secret to you, someone who's close. There's a lot of love here. I feel more than anything, though, this is a choices card. This is a lover's card, by the way. It's a choice card. So it can be that you reveal your choices, or you are really clear in your choices there, and you're really proud of, things and how they've come together. The Lover's card indicates that you are being true to your values and morals. Your morals cannot be bought. And I feel like, what else am I getting from that? I feel like if you're in a relationship, you and your partner discuss secret desires during this month, and it may surprise you. So there could be some big choices around where you live. There could be some big choices about family, or, big decisions regarding family or something with your nearest and dearest. You both factor each other's needs in. There's a compromise there, but it's something that you both wish for. Okay. The star energy indicates good news during this month, but it feels like a reveal. So whether you've been sitting on good news about a bonus or an opportunity or a promotion or something, suddenly you tell people, you reveal it. This is a card that is a big reveal, but also it means you're aligned in some sort of success here. Also, I feel like whether you're in a relationship or not, in the month of July, someone reveals their feelings for you. This could be at a team building exercise or something work related, if there's some sort of activity like a party or an event there. Networking opportunities as well are starred during this time if you work for yourself. Getting integrated is what I see, but there's someone here who has feelings for you, and they will reveal the feelings for you, okay? And it may make you feel a bit vulnerable, especially if you're in a relationship with someone else. I feel like you're standing your ground, you're doing the right thing, you're being true to the love that you have for your person. You're committed to someone, if you are committed to someone by that point, but it may make the relationship feel a little bit vulnerable, especially if this is a boss or someone who's high up in your industry, because you may feel that you don't want to bruise the ego. Let this person down gently and you won't bruise their ego. Saving face. I've got an energy here of like letting them down in private, saying, you know what, you're awesome and everything, but I'm already committed to somebody, and I'm not about to jeopardize that. So that's coming out there as well. Big inspiration month to do something you love. I feel like you're romancing your life a little bit more, sensualizing things, like the little things. Back in the day, I just remember when I was footloose and fancy free when I was young, like super young there. I had just moved into an apartment with a friend of mine, and we were like, oh my gosh, life is brand new and spankly and just excited. And I would gift myself once a month a little bunch of flowers from the local store that cost a couple of dollars, right? It was daffodils or tulips and things like that. It was just a little something for me, okay? Now, as I've matured, I'd rather have a plant, of course, but, I just feel like you gift yourself something pure, something beautiful, just something for you, something real. This is a big real month, laying your cards on the table kind of month there as well. I want to see a little bit more, because I just feel like this is kind of like a purification month, cleansing month, maybe an emotionally detoxifying month as well. So nostalgia, clearing out the emotional closet, as it were. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles showing up again for you, even though I shuffle the deck there. So this is a protective energy. It means the home space. It means purification. So you could be like purifying your home, or you could be like looking at security systems in your home space. Queen of Pentacles, you could pay for a trip to the ocean, for example, or a day out by the sea in some way. But I feel this is about you giving back to your body, because that's what this card is all about. It's your body is a temple. So I feel a lot of you are honoring that. And of course, money is fluid, if you think about it. So it could be that you're reshaping your finances in some way where you accumulate more money, because the Queen of Pentacles, she doubles the dough. She finds comfort and stability there and protects finances, multiplies wealth. Now, as we move into August, we have mystery. Okay, so this is your wild card month. It says dark matter. So this is about all the things that you feel like you're kind of connected to. And again, as I said, there's something about a secret coming to light, but there's a butterfly here over the mouth. So this can be transforming dialogue or learning to articulate your needs from a healthy space. It's number 38. When you reduce it, it's 11, of course. So again, this is a soul alignment month there, and it can indicate that perhaps, again, there is something here. It's almost like you're not wanting to tell people about your plans this year. You're just keeping it to yourself, and then you're revealing when the moment is right. And I feel that's the great way to process things and move forward. But also I feel people and situations surprise you in this month. You're going to have everything you need during this month, okay? This is a card that indicates that the world still has some mystery for you, something to explore, something you can uncover. And just because you cannot see progress in something, because I feel this is a month where you're wondering, is it going to work out? Whatever this is for you. It does, but just because you cannot see progress because you're in the middle of it, there is progress. I want you to be aware of that, okay? So I would say that this is an energy where sometimes things are not meant to be revealed until the right time. So have faith in this. I'm going to pull a card on this because I feel a portal of opportunity is opening up. So it could be that someone talks about an event or a project that you could be involved in, but it's not really formalized. It can be that, you know, you're waiting on information, or for some of you, it could be that if you've applied for something, you have to have the waiting game where you're like, will it happen? The portal is open. You've, you know, put yourself forward for something. Could be a competition, could be something that you are trying to finalize, and you just have to wait and watch. And it can be that nothing's happening this month and you're just feeling like, oh, I want things to rush ahead, or I want transformation, but you just have to bide your time and trust the process on something, whatever this is. Yeah, I mean, as I said, this is the wild card month. We got the Wheel of Fortune, changes of cycles, sudden fortune, a turning point, luck, maybe even taking a gamble or risk on something. So you're putting yourself forward for something, but the outcome is positive. You got the Wheel of Fortune, so that's exciting. I would say this is a very spontaneous month where you may have lots of changes in your diary. I feel August is also a period where it's about embracing the smaller things in life, the magical moments with people, the conversations. And I'm also seeing this energy of like putting all the conversations together to understand the subtext of something. So perhaps you dissect a conversation, like what do they really mean by that? And you may hit on an undercurrent of a conversation between you and a person, and it changes the dynamic between you both. Also, I feel this is a month where you feel that you are misunderstood in some way, and you wish people would just see you clearly. And I feel that the way you articulate your needs from a very healthy space really highlights what you expect from people. Okay, how you conduct yourself often teaches people how they should come to you. But I feel there's a lot of surprise going on this month. It is definitely a wild card month, but I feel, you know, this is a great period for prosperity, success, sudden moments of things just coming together, just like a miracle. You know, it feels like things are being orchestrated behind the scenes in this month. And I'm just being given a sentence as well: protect your quiet time. Also, I also feel like you could be embargoed from some sort of information, or there's something here where you have to stay quiet on it, or you, as I said, there's some sort of secret revealed in the month before, and maybe you're just biding your time or keeping it to yourself during this period until you feel the time is right to reveal. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I mean, there is a map here, so I feel there's something regarding your plans that is a little bit mysterious, but it is working in your favor. Got the Sun. Yeah, it turns out really well, really positively. Interesting that, you know, we've come off the back of a cleansing. You know, this person is emerging from the water, okay? And this person is taking a bath. I would also say, in terms of your personal development, lots of psychic flashes during this part of the year, especially when you're submerged in water. Whether you're taking a long bath to give back to yourself, whether you're swimming, whether you are like going to the ocean, you know, I feel that you're going to have a lot more rich visions, as it were, during this period, and a lot of illumination. But the Sun is positivity, it's success, it's a calmness, and it's an acknowledgement that things are happy, and I feel like you're radiating in some way. And it's also a reveal or an awareness. Trust the process. Things will heat up this period, but I also feel this energy, a desire to delve into the unknown. So you could be like settling down with like documentaries on the unknown during this period, or perhaps something that is unknown to the world is suddenly revealed, things that perhaps people are silenced for, or you know, they're not allowed to talk about them. This could be a big whistleblower month for the world, where someone reveals something that shocks people. Or, I mean, does anything shock anybody anymore? Probably not, but I feel this could be something that has always been whispered as like a conspiracy or something, and then suddenly it's like revealed. A whistleblower comes out and says, I got proof. And it's like, whoa. There could be also something around a public figure who tends to talk about very controversial things, and there's a mystery around that person in some way. I'm not going to get into that, but that's world events there, so I feel there's something going on there. Also, random, I know, but if you're doing receipts and things, there could be a purchase that you are kind of like questioning. I feel like you're questioning something that you don't know. You're like, what's that spend? What is that? You go investigating something that you don't know, or if you're, doing all your receipts for your business, for example, there could be a spend that you're a little bit curious about, or you can't remember, or you can't find the receipt on it. You will find it, but it just feels like you can't find something, or something goes missing in this month, like your keys, or, some jewelry or something, but you will find it. Okay, random, I know, but that's coming through. Now we have the month of September. We have Depth Lake, big emotionally sensitive month for you. You'll all be up in your feels this month, okay? This is a deeper dive emotionally there. I feel because the water is coming on in there for you, and the unknown. This could be you like really dissecting emotions and why you feel a certain way, or how certain things trigger you, or certain people give you a vibe. Always trust your vibes. Vibes don't lie, okay? But also, it's number 31. When you reduce it, 3 plus 1 is 4. That is the number of stability, of foundations. So you could be looking at the foundation or beneath the foundation of something that you've been creating for yourself there. But as it has Depth Lake, I would say this is a deep dive emotionally, but also you're deep in thought, okay? The undercurrent of a conversation is definitely on your mind there, but let's remove that energy from you. I feel this is about you searching for truth in the world, you leaning into something real in this life, and it's about not taking the shallow alternative. It's a deep dive, doing your research on something and not cutting corners as well. You're seeing the whole picture, but there may be something that you kind of discover below the surface. So if you're doing like an audit on your business, this receipt could be that you find something. If you're delving into something that someone said to you, you may uncover something that doesn't sit right with you, and you want to go a little bit deeper on that. For some of you, it could be that you witness your boss or someone doing something that you feel is not right, and you've been keeping, quiet about it, shall we say. You've just been observing it, and now you want to investigate it a little bit deeper. Also, I feel, thanks so much, I'm so grateful. The home space, I would say there's something regarding water. So there could be something water related. Always keep some excess water. Always torches as well, candles, things like that. There's going to be some power outages this year. And for some of you, there could be something going on with water in this period. So if your water is connected in some way to a certain system, collectively it could get shut down, or there could be some like 24-hour thing that goes on with the water system. Just always good to keep water. Nothing negative here, nothing triggering. I want you to be aware of it, but always good to keep your eye on that and just be prepared. Always good to be prepared. We've got the Death card there, transformation. Now, isn't it interesting, because this figure is almost like, if you have a look, they're almost like a mermaid. It's like something changes this month, and it's like you're coming up for air. This figure is submerged, and then this one is coming up for air. So yeah, anything you go deep on, you're going to come up for air after it there. But big change, something big could end in the month of September there for you as well. I feel it transforms your life, but this could also be that, you've transformed an emotional cycle. It can be that you're not allowing your emotions to overwhelm you. You're managing any intrusive thoughts by this period, and it's really given you a lot of power. Also, I feel this is a portal to more opportunity, and I would say that this is a resurrection or rebirth of your energy, improvements, the end of a cycle. Big month for expiry dates as well, so a deeper dive. And again, this could be related to your business, or it could be if you're at work, you may have to go deeper with a client, or, I just heard go undercover. So, again, I don't really want to get into the drama of things, but some of you could be keeping an eye on something, and you find something that literally changes your perspective on a person or situation, friendship, business, whatever it is, okay? Also, you may do a deeper dive emotionally with your finances there and transform your finances. in a certain way. You may be looking at emotional spending as well. When you really care about a person, you want to buy them the best gift, or you want to get them something special to let them know that you really care about them. They know that you care, and your presence in their life is the gift. Okay, so we don't always have to go above and beyond and spend beyond our means to let another person know that we care. Okay, now for a lot of you, I would say that if you're in a relationship with a person and they have not popped the question, okay, they've not asked you to marry them, I feel they could do it in the month of August there and September. You know, this is about you really submerging yourself on how you feel about that. Now, you love this person, of course, but I feel this could kind of like give you the jitters, or really think about the monumental commitment that you're making to the person. And although you're actually going to make that commitment, I definitely see here that it changes you in some way, okay? And it may be questions in and around your emotions and freedom. You're with a person who values your independence, so therefore I don't feel, because I feel there's an energy here of worrying about things changing now that you're committing in a different way. But I feel you have a connection with this person and you're grounded, and I feel that, you know, there's a calmness that comes over you. It is the right thing, but always trust your vibes. If you feel something is off in a relationship, I don't see anything negative here, but if you are feeling once this comes in that, oh, I'm not sure if I want to go that route, then of course you can change. We always have the ability to change. But I feel a lot of you, there's commitment here this year as well, okay? Change of scenery this month is what's coming out here as well. And just submerging yourself in the details of your career, your goals, your dreams, but also in your feelings. So I would say some of you, if you're deciding to do any counseling, this will be a month where you really have a breakthrough on counseling, on something emotional. If you're like reading through self-help books or listening to podcasts as well, there could be something monumental that kind of changes your perspective on how you feel this month too. Now, as we move into the month of October, we've got ice, purity. So I do feel this year in general is a big detoxification year for you, but this could be that some plans are on hold a little bit, but also better quality sleep. You're looking at your sleeping patterns this month. And also I feel this is about you kind of freezing out anything that does not help you advance. The fire horse year, of course, kicks off in February for you, well, for everybody, right? But I feel there could be some sort of plan that you want to move ahead with, but it gets like rescheduled, or this could be you returning to projects that you've put on hold. And I feel like there's something here about some of you, not all of you, thinking about making money as you sleep or automating something as you take rest. And it is really going to make you feel very settled there. It's like you locking it in there. But coming back to this card, number 33, it's a master number. So this is a big month for rest, recouping your energy, but also it indicates the way is clear. So whatever it is you're submerging yourself in right there, because water is all about your vision. It's all about your emotions, how you feel. It can be about your dreams and goals and all the mountains that you feel like you have to climb to get there. And now you're clear on which way to progress, okay? And there is purity in that thought. You just put one foot in front of the other. You take comfort and you kind of strip away what is unnecessary. So I feel like this is a big month where some of you may clear out the closet. Literally, you may declutter. You may like go through old clothes and just get rid of things, or you may kind of like look at something that's been in the drawer for years, like all those wires, just in case. We never use those wires. They're just there. And you're like still looking at them like 10 years on going, but I may need that wire one day. No, you don't need that wire. So I feel a lot of you are like maybe looking at things that perhaps have been there for a long time, you've been meaning to get around to doing, and finally you just look at it and go, actually, I got to get rid of it there. Big problem solving month this month where you get clear on your intentions. And also, I mean, the horse is all about loyalty. So some of you, not all of you, but some of you may freeze out a person you feel is not loyal to you. This is about you kind of like detaching in some way. And I feel like, you know, once you're done, my beautiful Sagittarians, and you're not looking back there. Also, I feel this is a big month where you kind of like detoxify and maybe stay away from social media during this period, or you limit access to you. You may go off grid in some way in order to kind of work on something or think about something. I mean, this is a big hibernation month. So a lot of you may just go off grid in order to think about progress or advancement there. Also, I feel like you may freeze your spending or making sure that, you know, you keep a tight rein on your finances there. Or it's not that nothing is happening. It just feels like this month is a month where you're just doing and prioritizing a little bit of rest at the same time. You're finding the balance there. For some of you, there could literally be some sort of snow or storm there. We got the surrender card, Hangman again, rest. A lot of you are making sure that you put your own body needs this month. Again, squirreling yourself away for healing, rest, recuperation, also planning. We've got the star. You're being inspired. You're wishing for something. And I feel there's actually some good news there as well. But the way that the news comes in, it feels like the news is just something that is for next year somehow. So it could be that something comes in that you've been hoping to achieve for your future, because the star is giving me strong, bright future ahead vibes, okay? And the Hangman is like, there's a pause. It's not an immediate kind of success reaction. You're glad it's come in, whatever this new information is, but you celebrate in 2027, whatever that is. So I'm going to leave that there. I feel this is about you leaning into your soul song. This is a period where you embrace music to change your mood. Change your environment in some way, maybe be more artistic and connect to things that really like make you feel inspired or creative in some way. Also, I feel this is a new phase of life. This is a period to embrace new ideas, new growth, new visions with all your wisdom that you've accumulated throughout the year, and feel connected somehow to everything. And I just want to see a little bit more, because you're getting the same cards. And that just means that you're doing a lot of new knowledge. You're committed to learning. You're having faith, belief in self. Star. Yeah, star again. I would say a big dream comes true, or a big wish aligns with you in this month. There is some really great news there. And again, you may even like not believe it. You know, this is like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that this is happening. And you know, where you kind of wake up and go, is it a dream? Every morning you kind of go, did that really happen? And you have to remind yourself, yeah, it did happen. So that star energy again, there's success, alignment with a wish, a lot of hope here, a lot of calmness in this month, and leaning into beauty routines. You know, this is a dream come true. There's a lot of optimism there. You sleep easy in this month because of the good news that comes on in. And a lot of you, it could be that you're managing any health symptoms, or you're managing things there, but I feel you're healing your money as well. It feels a lot like your money hits a certain level this month, and it kind of plateaus there as well. So yeah, that's what's coming through there as well. Also, you know, something around heating in the home space. So just be a little bit mindful, hot water bottle, because that's giving me vibes of like it's a little bit cold at home there. So some of you, there could be some sort of like storm that takes out, you know, the heating, or perhaps it's related to water. It could be like your pipes or something. I'm not sure. I don't want to give you that information, but it's coming out there. Now, as we move into November, we have creation water. So this is you ruminating on something. We've got ice there, okay? And suddenly we've got water. So it feels like this is you dissolving into something, or, you know, those plans that were on ice are now formulated and you're fully in the flow of it. It can also be that you're creating something that perhaps you brainstormed in the month before, but it's number 29 again. It's number 11. So you're going to see a lot of 1111 throughout this year, because it keeps coming up as a number there for you. But this card indicates that, you know, you may be putting the cat amongst the pigeons in your life, but you're flowing forward. So you're doing something to keep life interesting. You're having grace and confidence. You're being true to your emotions. This is a big emotional period at the end of the month, and you're not allowing yourself to become stagnant or be triggered by other people's drama. You know, I feel this is also about you considering what is vital to your happiness and making sure that you, I don't want to say seek it, because this year you're not seeking it, you're attracting it. Also, I would say, and this is so random, but images of doves. You know, you've got loads of other cards there, but my guides are giving me images of doves here. This could be like a peaceful moment in the world as well. One only hopes for that. Yeah, let's see what happens there. But it feels something positive and personal to you. So you could actually see a dove, or maybe a white pigeon, maybe that's what I'm seeing, but I'm just seeing a white bird there that looks like a dove. And these do look like doves there. Staying on top of hydration as well from a personal point of view, but also just being in the flow, again, maintaining and sustaining, but also this energy of maturity, okay? Cleansing, knowing what is right for you. Also, I'm getting an energy of some of you helping in the neighborhood, and it could be that you're doing some sort of volunteer work to help people. And it could be like in a community where mature people spend their time. So it could be that you're bringing something creative to like a home or a community where people have been housed because they have like dementia or things like that. I'm just getting that coming through. So please take it as it resonates. That's something there. You may kind of connect in an artistic way or a musical way with those people. That's just coming out randomly. That may not resonate with all of you, but it could be some charitable work you're doing, or perhaps it's someone close to you that already has dementia or you know, some sort of illness that is related to that. And it can be that you really have a connection. This person becomes very like lucid and very kind of like clear in their thinking and in their connection to you, and music and art is something that kind of brings them back from being locked in some way. Again, that's random. Again, it may not resonate with all of you. We have the Tower, which is a revelation, which is basically a surprise, and we have the Emperor energy, again, leadership. For some of you, you may be asked to give a talk or get involved in the neighborhood or do something that is kind of surprising to you. But if you know my readings, Wheels of Fortune and Towers tend to show up together, and they have here. So I feel this is about you honoring your time, taking control of your time, not allowing other people to take control of your time. And I would say that something that would perhaps make others feel flappable, you are unflappable, if that makes sense. There's a peace, a groundedness there for you. So it could be something that surprises or shocks maybe the world. Or, I mean, I hope it's peace, but also there could be something around a leadership there. For some of us, I feel there's a big leader of a certain country that perhaps leaves this earthly plane this year, and it may actually shock a lot of people. So that's coming out there as well. But I feel this is a bit of a reconstruction month for you, a revamp. You've learned a lot, you've matured, and I feel like you just want to do new things. You're changing cycles, changing lanes there, but you're in control of it. The Emperor is great to show up with these two cards because it means you're in control of whatever this radical change is, and it's lucky for you. It feels spontaneous, so I feel like you may do something bold, daring, and different, and even surprise yourself in this month. Again, for some of you, there may be some changes at work in and around leadership. This could also be in and around your responsibilities in the working environment, and where everyone is losing their head, you are not. If you run your own business, there could be some rules, regulations, or policies that change around this period. And at first they seem really chaotic and unclear, but suddenly you realize actually they could work in your favor, or you find a way around them to make them work for you as well there. Again, I would say maybe a little bit of a surprise financially in this month, but I feel like you replenish your finances or you stay on top of things. You don't worry about it, whatever it is, but it could be something that potentially surprises you there. I'm just seeing calculations and money going up and up and up and up, like in a graph. So this could be relevant to you. It could be that there is some sort of surprise increase in something that you have as some sort of asset. It could be the price of your home, for example, or it could be, you know, if you're invested in, you know, minerals. Always be careful when you're invested in something to do with, you know, the stock market, crypto, things like that. Always get great financial advice because the Emperor is shown up there. You know, the month of November could be very volatile. To have the Tower, the Emperor, and the Wheel of Fortune, this could be like some shock, like up and down, or big wobble in the markets, okay, in some way. So always get advice regarding that. Now, as we move into, isn't that interesting? As we move into December, this figure is actually sitting on top of the world, looking really calm, almost like a ballerina, like you held your balance, you strengthened yourself in some way, and you plot twisted, pivoted, and you did things that other people perhaps cannot do in some way. But it says groundedness and gravity. The gravity of all that you're connected to, all your connections, it feels like the sum of all parts come together, and you are attached to a lot of things and you feel comfortable with that. It feels like a comfortable month for you there. And also, as you see all these wonderful animals, now whenever you see animals, it means you were very instinctive, very intuitive, and you made the right decisions. And all the connections that you vibed with, you transformed your life. As you see, these butterflies are connected to this figure, so you changed, you adapted in some way by December. And of course, you were strict with yourself. We have Saturn there, so you were structured, you were on top of things, you went for it. And I feel like you utilize all these animal totem figures. The bear is all about endurance, perseverance, strength. And then we've got that bird, which is like to observe, to, fly at a moment's notice, to change, to decide where you want to land and where you want to flee from. Also, we've got that stag, which is all about respect. We've got the dog, which is about comfort. We've got the wolf, which is about pathfinders, finding new ways, keep things interesting, to be independent. And of course, we've got the monkey there. It's all about having fun. And we've got that kangaroo there. Whenever you feel a vibe, you bounce if it doesn't resonate with you. But also it can be that, birthing new ideas or birthing children. For some of you, you may actually adopt a pet this year as well, or a pet will adopt you. But I feel, the gravity of the world is not lost on you. And I feel like you're making decisions that will transform yours. And it's number 39, of course. So this indicates a 12 energy. That is the Hangman. So that means a rest, a pause. Okay. But of course, this card, it indicates that, you're in gravitas. You are in a powerful energy. It can indicate that you're in a serious mode about how far you've come and where you want to take things to next. And that pause gives you a period to restructure or strategize for the year ahead. Also, it can indicate that something serious that has gravitas or has an impact on the world ties people into it that will transform in some way. Let's hope it's a peace treaty. Okay, I'll leave it like that. But I feel this is about you also connecting to people who really transform your world and that you feel are your support network. Okay, so I feel this is about you winding down the year. We have self-reflection, how far you've come. The moments of independence, because normally there's a wolf on the moon card and a dog, and the moments of comfort. The pathway down the middle, I feel like you chose to embrace a different path this year and explore. And I feel like you're keeping your dreams alive. You've done a lot of soul searching to feel like where you belong. And I feel this is about squirreling yourself away, going off grid a little bit in order to reimagine what the next year could be as well. And also there could be some sort of deception that has been hidden from the world that comes to light in this month as well. But we've got the star, healing, inspiration, and you locking into your goals and dreams. I mean, you have a reoccurring theme throughout the year where there's a lot of success, a lot of alignment, a lot of, energy, you working towards a brighter future, and your goals and dreams coming together. There's a calmness, an optimism as you face 2027 as well there, because you're still plot pointing on your dreams for the future. So very futuristic thoughts going on there, and transforming your life and kind of like winding down the year. But also some success. There's still a spotlight here. So a lot of you could get recognition for something this month. I mean, in this year, a lot of Sagittarians, I feel if you want to be in the public eye, there is a couple of plot points here. I feel the month of April is a big month to go famous, go global in some way or be in the spotlight. A lot of you may question your decision about that because your anonymity or your privacy will be compromised, and you may kind of be concerned about that in August. I don't see anything negative regarding that, but I do see that you kind of like want to manage it in a bit more of a healthy fashion, as it were. So if you are someone who's public or an influencer, it could be that you employ people who help protect your privacy in some way. A lot of you as well, on a personal level, internet privacy or security may be something that is relevant in the month of August there as well. But also December, in careers, this is a month to get bonuses or be famous or go viral or be tapped for some sort of elevation in your career there. And I would say because the moon energy is there and the star, I feel like you're keeping an eye on emotional spending this time around. So you may actually, if you gift during this period, you may gift in a different way in December there. I feel the cusp between November and December is all about family and the people that you hold dear to you. And we have clouds, so that can indicate a very changeable environment, okay? It can also indicate that you've been feeling a bit uncertain. You've got goals and dreams, but you may feel a bit overwhelmed by how you can accomplish them, but everything will shape up accordingly. We got the garden. The path is being made clear for you to grow in finances or in your career in some way, but also to put one foot in front of the other. And also, more importantly, integrate, community, get involved in some way. Lots of invitations this year that I feel like you will take up, maybe even to events or places that in the past you would have said no to. This is a year to embrace it all. We also have the moon, which is to romance your life a little bit more, believe in your dreams, but also take a pause when you feel exhausted. A lot of you are looking at what drains your finances, what drains your energy, what drains your spirit this year, and making sure that you do not connect. Remember, you have this connection card at the end of the year, which is like everything you connected to, you made sure it raised you up and didn't drag you down. So it could be that you're avoiding things like news sources with clickbait or anything that has a potential to make you feel worried. Doesn't mean you're not going to do stuff about it. I see a lot of you doing charitable work or doing your bit to change the part of the world that you have, been bestowed by the universe. And if you can't change something, I feel like you're trying to vibe high so that you can, send that light worker energy out. Also, we've got the letter there. So lots of information and news and experiences that you will love. The universe is literally sending a bit of a love letter to you this year. But also this is a year to find love if you are looking for it. But also I feel like falling back in love with your life. Okay, and I also feel big month for news in December there as well. Bonus time, focusing on strategizing, getting more involved in the neighborhood. I feel like you're connected to a lot of things in December, even though you are winding down the pace and having a bit of a pause and a reflection period. I just feel like you're still attached to a lot of things. So, final cards, we have don't stop living your life because of someone else. If you don't start living your own goals and dreams, you will literally live someone else's. So I feel this is a great period to really reflect on your path at this time. Oceans are important this year, I guess, for you. Be willing to let go of everything you once thought to be true. Ain't that the truth regarding the world? You have a lot of cards that have the globe in it. So this could be a year where there's a big reveal. But also this can be that, sometimes people say that we can't do things. I feel this is a year where everything is possible. Just go for it, okay? And just because someone else couldn't make it happen doesn't mean you can't. And also you're stepping into a brand new chapter. Look, that rocket is literally launching out of the earth. So you're coming out of your comfort zone this year. You're reaching for more. You're elevating and upgrading your life in some way. And that means coming out of comfort zones. It means moving into uncharted territory, exploring the unknown. And I feel that's where your excitement lies, okay? So I'm excited for you there. Let's just go and get a trinket or ring before we close. Oh, we have an elephant. Now, an elephant removes obstacles, leans into empathy, of course, very strong. Also, elephants, they kind of move in stealth mode. I don't know if you've ever seen an elephant up close. I have. I've had the sheer luck to find myself up close to one in the wild many, many years ago. I went to a sanctuary there, and of course they were free to roam, and there I was with a group of people. I wasn't on my own. It was a wonderful experience. Suddenly a little baby elephant just emerged from the brush there, and it was so cute. It was like bounding up to the car there, and everyone was like, oh, and then suddenly huge mama elephant came out, and you didn't even hear mama elephant coming. And she was huge. Okay, so in stealth mode, she came over and she kind of like eyed everyone up, and I have never heard an elephant growl. Okay, and I was like, oh my gosh. And the guide was like, be very still, be very still. And the elephant literally came right up to me and looked me directly in the eye. There was lots of other people there, but I had this wonderful moment where she just looked me in the eye. And I was looking and I was sending love and I was saying, you know what, we're no threat. I love you and you're just beautiful and congratulations on being a mama and your baby's so beautiful. I was just giving all these thoughts as we were eye to eye, and I had no fear. I should have had fear probably, but because, there was just this wonderful moment, a connection. And then suddenly she withdrew very graciously, very silently, and walked away. And then, I kid you not, about 30 elephants just came out of nowhere and just crossed the path. And it was just one of the most magical moments I've ever experienced. And I'm so grateful for that moment in my life, because I feel that there is this energy with you where gracefully and maybe even, in stealth mode, you are moving forward and you're going to surprise a lot of people, most importantly yourself. And I feel like you're removing any obstacles. A lot of you are also nourishing yourself in a different way and finding your soul tribe. But also I feel like you're honing your listening skills this year as well. There is a heart on that elephant's ear, and you're nurturing your listening skills when it comes to your heart in order to follow your heart. And no experience is too big for you to conquer. I want you to be aware of that. And I feel there's a lot of success this year, and you're moving forward. And you have a lot of power. Elephants are so powerful, but so graceful. And that's the energy that you're embodying as well. So I will leave it there, my beautiful Sagittarius. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. Thank you so much, and love and light.